Hook on to 15s. Somewhere right now, a person earning $180,000 a year is lying awake at night, worried about money. Not because they're bad with money, not because they're irresponsible, because the raise they worked 5 years for somehow made everything worse. Tension 1560s. Here's the thing nobody puts in the job offer letter. The moment your income goes up, the invisible architecture of your life quietly restructures itself around that number. Your apartment gets bigger. Your car gets nicer. Your vacations get longer. Your friends change. Your expectations change. And before you even notice it happening, your new salary isn't a raise anymore. It's just the new floor you're terrified of falling through. This is lifestyle inflation. And it is one of the most psychologically sophisticated traps ever built. Not by any single villain, but by the way modern life is designed to consume every dollar you earn before you even decide to spend it. So today, we're going to pull that trap apart, layer by layer. Because understanding it might be the most financially important thing you do this year. Body. Let's start with a number that should make you uncomfortable. According to research from Purdue University, emotional well-being from income stops improving meaningfully beyond roughly $75,000 to $100,000 a year in the United States. Day-to-day happiness essentially plateaus. Yet, the average American household with income above $150,000 reports similar financial stress levels to households earning half that. Similar stress levels. So where is all that extra money going? And more importantly, why doesn't it feel like anything? Here's the first layer of the trap: social recalibration. When you get a significant raise or a new high-paying job, something subtle shifts. You start spending more time around people who earn what you earn, and humans are wired for social comparison. We don't measure our wealth against everyone in the world. We measure it against the people in our immediate circle. Psychologists call this relative deprivation, and it means that the moment you level up financially, your reference group levels up with you, and suddenly your new salary feels like the bare minimum to keep up. Your colleague drives a $60,000 car. Your neighbor just redid their kitchen. The group trip is to Portugal, not Pensacola. None of this is malicious. It's just the invisible gravity of the social environment you've entered. And here's where it gets psychologically darker. Researchers at Harvard asked a simple question. Would you rather earn $50,000 a year when everyone around you earns $25,000? Or earn $100,000 a year when everyone around you earns $200,000? The majority chose the first option. Think about that. People would literally rather earn less money, just to feel relatively better off. That's how deep social comparison runs. It's not rational, it's psychological. And the modern economy knows this about you, but social pressure is only one layer. Let's talk about what I call the identity upgrade cycle. When you start earning more, you don't just spend more. You begin to build an identity around what you spend. A nicer apartment isn't just a place to sleep. It becomes a statement about who you are now. A business class ticket isn't just a seat. It's confirmation that you've arrived. A $400 dinner isn't just a meal. It's evidence that your life is different from what it used to be. And this is where the trap becomes almost impossible to escape. Because once those spending decisions become part of your identity, cutting them feels like self-erasure. It doesn't feel like saving money. It feels like going backward, like failure, like admitting you were pretending all along. Psychologists call this the endowment effect applied to lifestyle. Once you own a certain standard of living, your brain overvalues it. Losing it feels twice as painful as gaining it felt good, which means your $180,000 salary isn't building freedom. It's building fragility. A carefully constructed life that collapses the moment income drops even slightly. Now here's the question I want you to sit with for a moment. What if the raises aren't the problem? What if the problem is the system that's designed to make sure every raise gets spent before you ever consciously choose to spend it? Because here's something that almost never gets said out loud. Lifestyle inflation isn't entirely your fault. The industries surrounding high earners are extraordinarily sophisticated. Real estate agents know which zip codes signal success. Car manufacturers know exactly which trim level hits the identity sweet spot for someone at your income bracket. Travel companies know that people who just got promoted are the most emotionally primed to book the expensive trip. Luxury goods companies have entire behavioral science divisions studying the exact psychological moment when someone earns enough to feel insecure about not owning premium things. This isn't conspiracy. It's just capitalism being very, very good at what it does. And there's a pay transparency dimension to this that just became very real in 2026. As more companies are forced to publish salary ranges, something unexpected is happening. Employees who discover they've been underpaid don't just feel angry about the past. They recalibrate their entire identity around what they feel they deserve to earn. And when they finally get that corrected salary, research on sudden income increases shows they're actually more likely to inflate their lifestyle rapidly, not less. Because the raise carries the emotional weight of years of feeling undervalued. And spending becomes a way to externalize that finally feeling seen. More money, more spending, same anxiety. The trap resets itself. So let's get to the real architecture of this thing. Why does earning more so reliably fail to create the financial security it promises? 3 mechanisms running simultaneously. First, hedonic adaptation. Your brain is a prediction machine. Once you experience something good repeatedly, it stops registering as good. Your new apartment felt incredible for 3 months. Now it's just where you live. Your brain has normalized it and started looking for the next thing that will recreate that feeling of having enough. Second, fixed cost creep. Every lifestyle upgrade adds to your fixed monthly obligations. The bigger apartment, the better car payment, the private school you enrolled your kid in because that's what people in your neighborhood do. Fixed costs are ruthless. They don't care if you have a bad month. They don't care if you want to take a risk on a business idea. They just demand payment. And the higher your income, the higher your fixed costs tend to climb, until your financial life has almost no flexibility at all. Third, the horizon shift. When you were earning less, your financial goals were simpler. Pay rent. Build a small cushion. But as income rises, the goalposts move in exactly the same proportion. Now you need a down payment on a house in the right neighborhood. Now you need a retirement account that reflects your new income level. Now you need to fund the life you've been projecting. The finish line never gets closer. It just gets more expensive. Climax. Here's the central thing. The thing that changes how you see all of this. Lifestyle inflation isn't a spending problem. It's an identity problem. The reason it's so hard to stop isn't because people are weak or greedy. It's because in modern culture, how you spend is how you communicate who you are. It's how you signal to your peers that you belong. It's how you reassure yourself that the sacrifices you made to get here were worth it. It's how you perform the version of success that society promised would feel a certain way. And when it doesn't feel that way, when the $180,000 salary still comes with Sunday night dread and a checking account that somehow always looks thin by the 20th of the month, the instinct isn't to spend less. The instinct is to earn more. Because surely the next level is where it finally clicks. It isn't. The trap is the belief that financial peace is an income problem, when almost always, it's a design problem. A life designed to spend everything it earns will spend everything it earns at $50,000 and at $500,000. Ending, the most financially dangerous thing about earning more isn't taxes. It isn't inflation. It's the quiet, automatic expansion of your life to fill whatever you make. And the people who escape that, they're not the ones who out-earn it. They're the ones who see it for what it is before the trap fully closes. They build fixed costs that stay low while income rises. They make deliberate, conscious decisions about which identity upgrades they actually want, and which ones they're just performing for people who aren't paying as much attention as they think. They stop asking, how much do I need to earn to feel okay? And start asking, what would my financial life look like if I stopped building it to impress myself? That question is uncomfortable. It's supposed to be. Because the answer is where the real money actually goes.